In this video, we will show you how to install the Nextronics infrared remote repeater. The repeater is very useful for controlling home theater devices such as Blu-ray and DVD players, cable and satellite boxes, and other similar equipment that are controlled by an infrared remote control. There are three main parts to the repeater: the receiver, the emitter, and the USB connector. Let's start by installing the receiver. The receiver is oval shaped and it has an LED in it that will be a solid green color when the infrared repeater is receiving power and properly working. The LED will flash in multiple color when it receives a signal from your remote control. The repeater has an adhesive strip on the bottom that will allow you to mount it in place. The receiver should be placed in the room that you wish to use your remote control for the device. Most of the times this will be mounted near your television. The emitter is very small. It is placed on the device that you want to control remotely, in this case a Blu-ray player. The emitter must be placed in close proximity to the infrared sensor that is inside of the device that you want to control. The sensor will likely be behind a translucent window that appears dark, but if you shine a light onto it, you should be able to see through it enough to locate the emitter. The emitter has an adhesive on its front side to mount it on your device. You are going to want to mount it very close to the front of the infrared sensor that is on the other side of the translucent plastic. If your device does not have a translucent window or you cannot locate it, try moving the emitter around near the front of the unit while someone else uses the remote control. When the remote successfully controls the device, then you have found the proper spot to install the emitter. Finally, we need to give the infrared remote repeater power. We do this by plugging the USB connector into a USB port supplying 5 volts DC. Most newer home theater devices and televisions will have a USB port that is usable for this purpose. Or you can also use a USB power supply that you can find online for a very low price, or you can use many smartphone chargers. Now let's go over some basic installation tips. The infrared remote repeater works best when you are standing at least 3 feet away from the receiver. Standing closer may result in performance issues. Plasma or CCFL screens may affect the performance of the infrared remote repeater. If this happens, move the repeater further away from the screen. If the receiver LED is not lighting up, then the infrared repeater is not getting power. Try using a different USB port. Some USB ports will not work if the device they are part of is powered off. If you need further assistance, please visit www.nextronicsllc.com and click on Contact Us. Thank you.